And we are live here. There's a Potter Brand podcast, boxing edition. And look who's here. Coach Diz joining us here. But we are brought to you by Ringside. Go to ringside.com/podcast. And you too could get 40% off selected brands. Well, Coach Diz, big fight tonight. And what's happening, brother?
Nothing, man.
Where you at?
I'm at my house. What's up with the music?
It just went off. I just shut it off.
I'm at my house.
What's that?
I'm at my house.
Yeah, you only got a little bit of time today. I know that. We want to get right to it. We have a couple fights that are, coming up in the heavyweight division and in the lightweight division, but we also have UFC 302 tonight.
Yep.
Dustin Poirier trying to finish off this career with a win and a legit belt instead of the intern belt. He's fighting Islam Makhachev. I keep forgetting his name. I'm not a huge UFC fan, but I'm okay with it. But I love Dustin Poirier. I think he's a great fighter. He hasn't had the good enough breaks. What do you think about the main event tonight?
I think Islam's a very bad matchup for Dustin Poirier. I think he'll try to take him down, and Islam will try to take him down and just probably submit him. I would say second round submission. I think him fighting Khabib, Dustin Poirier fighting Khabib mentioned a lot of things to Islam, so I think it's going to be a quick fight for.
This is actually right in our area, Newark, New Jersey. I was surprised. I didn't know. I looked just on SeatGeek just to see. There's a ticket in the second row, one ticket for $400. I was like, man, if I was close, I would buy that ticket just to go. It's one ticket.
But the only thing I'm concerned about with Islam is apparently he has a staph infection.
He does not. He does not. Nope. I talked to Kevin Ioli yesterday. He said he did not. He didn't have staph infection. No.
Because he was training with the thing on his leg.
Yeah, they said that something was up, but it was not a staph infection. He confirmed that for me yesterday.
Okay.
One of the reasons why he thought that it wasn't that is because the New Jersey State Athletic Commission is extremely strict. That would be something that is very contagious and it's not good. So they wouldn't allow that. They would 100% not allow that. So,
but leading into the co-main event, Sean Strickland and Paul Acosta.
Good fight. I like that fight. That fight. Hey, were they the two who almost went at it? Or no, was that Khamzat? Khamzat and him and Paul Acosta?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that fight.
Now, apparently, I don't know if you saw, Paul Acosta supposedly has a staph infection on his foot.
For crying out loud.
There's footage of it. There's pictures of it. It looks just like it on his big toe.
What do you like in that fight?
I think Sean Strickland's going to outbox him and take.
I like Paul Acosta in this fight.
I like Paul Acosta too, but I just think he just never can get the win.
I like him in this fight. I really do, because if there's something with Sean Strickland, and I'm going to quickly do something quick. I'm going to change this audio quick here for the speaker just to see what this is like. I'm doing this on the fly, guys. Changing the audio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is it going to be better than Jersey Jay-Z's live cast when he kept on going off the screen?
What?
in his live cast.
Hold on. I'm going to switch one thing quick. So stay live. Just
right,
talk.
We'll stay live.
Not talking.
What are you doing?
What's that?
Hey, what time is the fight for boxing? Wilder tonight.
Oh, Wilder tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I think the fight's at 8:00.
Because it's in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, it's in Saudi.
So okay.
But I think it's. Hold on, let me check, because I'm not sure now that you say that.
Because Tyson Fury was what, 6:00? He walked in the ring 6:15.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a bad. That's always a bad show. That show, those Saudi shows, are just so. Well, this is the 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And
now, did you hear the rules on the 5-on-5?
Yeah, they're a little bit. It's supposed to card begins at 12 p.m. So it's already started. Okay. And Wilder and Zhang should get in the ring about 6 p.m. Now, overall, a good show. overall, really good. Like it's stacked. This card is stacked. So I think it'll be all right. The show. What are your thoughts on Zhang versus Wilder?
I think they both need this fight. I think more Wilder than Zhang, but I think Wilder should win. But
boy, I don't know. If you go on their last fights, and both of them didn't have great last fights. Let's be honest. They both didn't. But if you go on their last fights, all right, so Zhang looked slow and terrible. He looks like he's in cement. Okay. Wilder just looked like he couldn't throw any punch. Wasn't throwing any punches. So that's 2 for him. I don't know, man. This could be anybody's fight. Whoever wins this fight, I would imagine. Well, if Wilder beats Zhang, he's going to fight Jared Anderson on that August 3rd card out in LA, which would be a good addition to that. Because if you just saw Tim Tszyu dropped out of his fight with Victor Ortiz, which is a fight that I was looking forward to. Ryan Garcia threw his name in the hat to say that he would fight.
Yep.
But there's no shot. No shot he would fight. No, Ryan Garcia is going to fight. You'll see Ryan Garcia fight someone on a lower level coming up next. There's no way he's going to fight that. I did see Errol Spence was going to fight Sebastian Fundora. I saw that was going to finally come to. But as far as Zhang tonight, he came in a lighter than he normally did in his last fight. He was almost 300 pounds in his last fight.
Yeah.
So he looked like he was in a better shape. I'm leaning towards Zhang. I think the 3 fights with Tyson Fury took a lot out of Wilder. If they took a lot out of Fury, which I saw in his last fight, it looked like he took a lot of starch out of Fury. I don't see him coming back. He's very fragile. He's very small. Not small. His legs are very small.
Yeah.
And I think Zhang's going to lean on him. I've never seen Zhang hurt. I've seen Wilder look like he's on roller skates plenty of times. I don't like that fight for Wilder, but Zhang gasses out pretty quickly. So I think it's going to be.
They both do.
I think it's going to be gangbusters for as long as it lasts. I don't think it's going to last that long. No, those 2 fights, I don't think will do much at all. Those two rounds, the first few rounds are going to be fireworks. I don't think it goes the distance. I think Zhang knocks him out. I think between 4 and 8, he knocks him out. I don't like Wilder at all in this fight. I think he's, but I think he's got to throw punches. He doesn't throw any more punches. That's a big issue. Big issue for him. For as big as he is, well, what happened to the Wilder that fought Fury? What happened to the Wilder who fought Jason Garrett? What happened to the Wilder who fought all these other people?
The only thing that happened was the 3 fights with Tyson
Fury, and I think that's what's taken a lot out of him. I just think he's very, it's a complicated scenario because then you got Phil Hergovic. He's going to be fighting Dan Dubois. I think coming up soon, and I think that's tonight. And Hergovic, I think, should win that fight.
Yeah, so do
I. If he does, that sets up a possible Zhang Hergovic fight.
You don't think Hergovic versus AJ? Because he's out of the mix.
No, I know.
Because they have the rematch, Tyson and Usyk.
Yeah, that's coming up in December, but I don't know. I would have to ask Kevin on that one because he always comes up with those ones that are he always has the scenarios,
and they're usually right.
And they're usually right on. No, I mean, who'd want to buy that fight? I wouldn't. I think Jared Anderson is fighting Wilder. I think Hergovic should fight Zhang. I think he should fight Zhang.
Now, do you think one of those fights could be? Well,
I think if Wilder loses, he fights Jared Anderson.
Yes.
I think if he loses, he fights Jared Anderson. They're saying if he wins, he fights Jared. I think if he loses, he fights Jared Anderson. They make Jared Anderson go on his ascent towards the heavyweight championship. Hergovic fights Zhang. I think Hergovic beats Zhang.
Yeah.
And then I think Zhang kind of falls away from the wayside a little bit. And then eventually you get AJ and Tyson Fury fighting for the championship.
Okay, something just happened.
Oh, okay. All right. You only got about 2 minutes left. Well, anyway, let me get onto this one real quick. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, fight is off, rescheduled, or postponed. They said they're going to come up with another announcement. I talked to Kevin Iole yesterday.
He
does not. What?
I'm going to pick someone.
I don't think the fight's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think for some reason this fight is not going to happen. I think it was a horse and buggy show, and it was just Tyson's way. Remember when they said that Tyson had the flare up there on the plane?
Yeah.
I always had that impression that it was like a way to get out of the thing. Not Tyson scared of him, just a way to get out of it. Say, let's just get out of this. This is not good. Because you got to remember, something happens to Tyson, it's a big problem with the commission and everything else. Big problem, a lot of liabilities there. I don't see it happening. Give me your ideas of what happened, and if it were to happen, what would be your pick?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jake Paul's going to fight KSI.
Well, that makes sense.
KSI is over 200 pounds now. His promoter said it. And I think that's the fight that's going to happen on July 20th.
No, that fight's off. But I want
is the card off or the fight?
The card is off. The card's off. So they're going to move the card. Okay. They said they would give everybody refunds if they didn't want to go for the next match. But think about it. Since the Zoo fight dropped out of August 3rd, Katie Taylor and Serrano could jump right over to that fight.
Yep.
That makes sense there for that one. And then I think eventually that fight just goes away. I don't see any way. Number one, Mike Tyson's got to get to the ring. I don't see a way he's got to can get to the ring. You see how beat up I am, and I don't do anything clearly.
And let me tell you this too: Victor Belfort versus Holyfield. Just watch that fight.
Yeah,
that was bad.
It was a bad fight. Now I know we are up against time here with you on yours, but can you give me a pick? Go run down your picks right now for UFC and Zhang and Wilder. Give them the last picks.
All right.
Oh, look who I got. I got him on that. We already got his picks. We already got your picks, Diz. Anyway, let me go real quickly here. I know Dennis had to run out, but Big Bang Zhang tonight, I am going to pick him to beat Deontay Wilder, knockout anywhere between 4 and 8. UFC. Well, no, you know what? Ray Ford tonight against Nick Ball. That should be a great fight. I'm a Jersey guy, so I lean towards Ray Ford. I think he beats him, and I like it. Good fighter. Ray Ford is a good fighter. He improved a lot in his last fight. Coming back, last second knockout of the Russian guy. Oh, tremendous fighter. UFC 302 tonight. I would love to see Dustin Poirier win. I would love it. I think it would be great. It'd be a great ending to his career. He deserves to win, although no one deserves to win technically. I think he's one of these guys who is a good guy for the sport. He's a good guy for UFC. But I think Islam's going to get him. I think he's going to get him, and I think he's going to get him early. I think he's going to get him a submission, probably the first round, if not early second round. I don't see him doing anything else. Now, the other fight, Paulo Costa against Sean Strickland, I love that fight. I think that could go the distance. I believe that I'm leaning towards Costa. Paulo Costa, I've always thought was a good fighter. Sean Strickland has proven he's on that level, but I think there's something missing in Sean Strickland's repertoire that will make him lose this fight. All that being said, it's a great weekend of fights. A couple things that I want to go over here. What's going on with the Zapata brand? Now, what we're doing now is we're going to branch off a little bit. We're going to have sort of like Barstool Sports does. At the top, you have Barstool Sports, right? And everything else trickles down. So we're going to have the Zapata brand up top, right? But trickling down off that, we're going to have the Zapata brand podcast, boxing edition, business edition, and just regular sports. We have Straight Outta Jersey, which is under our umbrella, which he has his own channel, which does a lot of WWE wrestlers and bodybuilders, past and present. He does both. He had the Soprano Stars on this week. That's dropping on Monday, I believe. That's what we're doing. We're branching off a little bit because we're having a lot of people that want to come on and do stuff for the community. We have a lot of people that want to discuss different sports. And I want to get people on that are just as knowledgeable here to grow the channel and grow the brand. So if you would like to, please like and subscribe to the channel. Liking and subscribing moves that algorithm in YouTube, and it helps us. It helps us too. We have a great sponsor in Ringside. We also have Ace Sunglasses that is going to be sponsored Straight Out of Jersey. Those things are really helping our channel. Once we grow it and get the people that we can get on, we'll be putting more people on And guys, join the chat when you can. We're doing a bunch more lives soon. Kevin Iola and I went live yesterday on his channel. We may do it on both channels at one time. We don't know. I'll talk to Kevin about that. I also have next week Fred Sternberg, the Hall of Famer, now going in on June 9th. He's going into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He's a publicist. He's a publicist for Manny Pacquiao, Winky Wright, a whole bunch of other people, Freddie Roach, Jim Lampley, and he's working with big-time clients, even like PPV.com he works with. Definitely something you want to look into. That'll drop Monday morning at 6 a.m. So that's a wrap today. I was doing a lot of stuff outside of the shop today. Jackson, my son, pitched 4 good innings today. Their team, Morris's, advances to the next round of the playoffs. He did very well today, and the whole team did very well. Went out to get a little ice cream afterwards. Tonight, I'm going out with my wife. We will be heading out to Hogs Hollow to eat. So if you're out there, say hello to me. And tomorrow, I might do a little bit of a show, a recap, Boxing and Bagels, UFC recap, and also the big shows tonight. Well, that being said, again, guys, remember, watch the Zapata Brand podcast, the boxing edition, and every other one we'll have Straight Out of Jersey. We're going to do a business and a regular general Zapata Brand podcast. That being said, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours, guys. And we will see you probably tomorrow with a little bit of recap of all the things that have happened.